Hey guys, Watch It with Kat here, and I thought I'd try something a little different. If you're like me, you have a list of I don't know, hundreds of shows that are on the to watch list because they're shooting out of every streaming service every 5 seconds, and a bunch of them look interesting, and you just don't have time to watch them all. I've got 9 lives and I can't watch all of this stuff. So I thought I would showcase some pilots of different shows that on now or on in the past that were really cool. Give you a feel for them, watch them, dig up some information on the show and the episode and whatever. And, if that is a show that piques your interest, if you want to see more episodes or particular episodes, we'll check those out too. You can leave it in the comments or on my Patreon page. Yes, I have a Patreon page. I'm a very, very finicky eater. 13-pound cat with specific taste in the priciest, most delicious cat food out there, and I will whine and whine and whine at top volume to make sure that I get it. So, I'm not in a cheap cat to keep. Anyway, so today we're going to watch Dexter. Now, I wanted to check out Dexter New Blood, but, might as well start with the original pilot first and then compare it to the new one. Why not? So here we go. We're going to watch a little Dexter. Season 1, Episode 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, the Showtime logo. Remember Showtime? Remember cable? Nice cinematic take on the blood red moon. Bad moon on the rise. Tonight's the night. Yes, night will. It is. It's great. Mine too. Okay, that woman is rubbing her hair with a cigarette. Oh, don't cut from that line to the little boy singing. Massive gross. Wow, that's the smarmiest of smarmy smiles. He looks like a Mike Donovan. Neo? He looks like a cross between the lawyer and the diddler on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, that's not good. None of this is good. Gee, he almost Eved his Adam's apple. Yeah, this doesn't up my already substantial fear of riding in cars. Yeah, that's worse. That's not better. That's worse. Those look like graves. That's even worse. Things are knocking in well for this guy. Okay, dude, it's your one chance. Escape. Or not. Or not. Okay. Because it'll make absolutely no difference. How did he get back without choking him to death? But whatever. Yeah. Damn. That's how to motivate someone. Ew. Ew. So much for Catholicism. Ew. He is a diddler. I haven't seen you at the meetings. Seriously? Okay, when your standards are lower than a serial killer's, because you're an even more loathsome serial killer, you've hit rock bottom. Community minded, civics oriented. Good man. Nope, that's rock bottom right there. Saran wrapped naked on a table. That's worse than the dreams when you wake up naked in front of your kid school friends.
My name is Dexter. Dexter Morgan. I don't know what made me the way I am, but whatever it was left a hollow place inside. People fake a lot of human interactions, but I feel like I fake them all, and I fake them very well. And that's my burden. Yes. I don't blame my foster parents for that. Very good words, Morgan. A wonderful job raising me.
Obviously.
But they're both dead now.
Oh well.
I didn't kill them. Honestly.
A lot of creepy little dogs, Dad. To be honest, I didn't see that the way that conversation going that way when he sat down and said, "You're different, aren't you, Dexter?" I found a grave full of bones. He's awfully happy this morning for a guy with no emotions. Post-kill rosy glow. He's practically skipping down the thing singing zippity doo dah zippity day. Oh, come on. That would be the. Honestly, that big grate right in front of the door would be the first place I'd search for something if I was going to search his house. Am I wrong here?
Sometimes
His little trophy case.
When I talked to her father, he was satisfied.
The code of Harry.
And so am I. Harry was a great cop and handy. Taught me how to think like one. Taught me how to cover my tracks. I'm a very good reconnaisseur.
Great dad. Looking out for you there. Um,
That's what I found when I was foster sister of Deborah. She has a big heart but won't let anyone see it. She's the only person in the world who loves me.
Not
I
true.
think that's nice. I don't have feelings about anything, but if I could have feelings at all, I'd have them for Deb.
He's awfully built for a blood spatter expert.
There's something strange and disarming about looking at a homicide scene in the daylight of Miami.
Especially if it's shot in the daylight of LA.
Staged, like you're in a new and daring section of Disney World. Donna Larry.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Dear Lord, who dressed this woman? That's like Hooker squared. Like, I know she's biased because she was trying too hard. Ew.
Any suspects? God forbid she listens to you at this rate. She knows how to play the game. You can take a lesson. Politics.
Dirty word.
Can't get so emotionally invested. So did Dad. What can I do to help?
Um,
Always sometimes. Just need a little more confidence. All right, I'll take a look. In the meantime, wouldn't it wear that punk Captain Matthews you've seen advertised in your Facebook case? You keep the sex suit on when you talk to the captain. We'll go get cars.
ew. That's about the most perceptive Dexter's been about human relations this entire episode. And probably shouldn't be known as the guy who gets hunches on serial killers. And a ropes.
No blood. No sticky, hot, messy, awful blood. No blood at all.
Well, there was at some point.
I had my informant. What a beautiful idea.
Ugh.
How does he do it? How does he kill a gorilla? One was about to say. Not is he this shape? She never has asked.
Really?
It is over there. This is unique. No shit. And no prints either. I've never seen such clean, dry, neat looking.
That's actually way creepier than something with a lot of blood.
Very clean. Yeah, but he didn't finish. What's up, everyone? Looks pretty complete though to me. Cut the neck into 4 pieces. Almost like using a loop. And it isn't any easy weaknesses. Don't let me stop to make a full cut. Stop. It's possible we got into it. The boy is looking for a witness. Waiting on the hotel phone back there. Got it.
Nice laugh.
No blood. I can't think. I have to get out of here. Dex, ¿dónde vas? Where you going? Hey, no blood. Oh, it's from my home.
like I'm overwhelmed. I need to have a moment. And approps.
I wish you'd stop that.
Yeah,
Individuals who generally don't understand.
it's called sexual harassment at the workplace.
Let him plug his body. This guy may have exceeded my own abilities.
No Krispy Kreme.
What?
You are evil.
Hey, Sue. Dan? How the families? What's up? You? Breakfast party? Salt of the earth, these people. They work hard. But with the salt rate for workers at about 20%, Miami is a great place for me.
And people are easily won over by donuts.
Viva Miami.
Viva Miami. Yep. Ew. Okay.
I guess. Congrats.
One bite? Okay, she's evil too.
Never been over that part of the boats. Get going. So, anything new? Why is this little chicken town? It's like, fills my nights.
Indeed.
Charming, I can just don't get me fired. Nothing much to.
Hmm. Pensive stare. Does she know something? Just like me. Like John's side. Wow. Beat me over the head with that simile.
What the hell you been? Hunting? What about these? The hotel bouquet workers with this deal at the girl. Well, small market can come up by Miami. Mashallah, it's just child's play. Nasty work will let the blood on the walls was that bigger pain. Could you imagine?
For good reason. Rude.
Seriously? Yeah, you want the analysis on the blood splatter on these killers. You think I'm here to invite you to my nephew's purse? And wrecked your report already. Don't even know why I need it. Grab a brand on the psycho and scribble it down. Rifle dealer came in, two scumbags slashed to hell, dealer stole the drugs. Wham, bam, done. And I believe shit that you say because that's what happened. That's who I'm looking for. Hey, be looking for my brother. Yes. Flash, get over there. Then get over there already. Get over here. I need it quick. I'm on it. Sergeant. The only real question I have is why in a building full of cops, all supposedly with a keen insight into the human soul, is Dukes the only one who gets the creeps from me?
Probably because you like your job a little too much. Or he doesn't like donuts. Take it easy, Dexter.
This guy, nobody gives a break. Do you ever put a sushi chef? Yes, sushi chef responsible for the collector's choice, but hey, you never know. Now I eat. The problem with eating and driving, which I love to do, is not being able to avoid attend to hand position on the wheel. It's a matter of public safety,
I love that.
but there's always a sacrifice.
Law abiding in every way but one.
This guy, change your ski.
Ooh, slow pimp walk.
6 months ago, I think you fell in love with a pretty brunette. This is Saunders. A sweet mother of two, married to a successful banker, all living a pleasant life until she unfortunately disappeared, leaving the kids emotionally devastated forever. The cops arrested my favorite valet, but his lawyer got him off on a faulty search warrant.
Yeah. Look at the giant satellite dish from the 2000s. Dear Lord. Me and 100 other cats could just curl up in that for days. Sleeping under the sun in Miami. Sorry, I went on a tangent. Where are we? Ooh, close.
Animals don't like me, especially dogs. I don't think they approve of what I sometimes do to their masters.
My heart.
That dog recognizes me as easily as I can recognize Jaworski or any other killer.
We recognize too, we just don't care. I mean, we care about our owners, but, in general.
Interesting taste in literature.
They made porn in print? I don't believe it.
He's on the fast track. Have you ever worked with killer whales? Something you ever thought?
An elk?
Yes.
Moose?
That person. When did
'Cause he's a kid? And it's hard to take down someone when you're a small child.
Friday night, date night in Miami.
And everywhere.
Next date night in Miami. Everyone's having sex.
That's just a myth.
But for me, sex never enters into it. I don't understand sex.
Nor do I.
Not that I have anything against women, and I certainly have no accessibility about men. When it comes to the actual act of sex, it's always just seems so undignified.
Why do you think we stare at you guys when we watch from the bottom of the bed?
And after years of trying to look normal, I think I met the right woman for me.
We're judging you every second. Gotta love that full on glow of innocence. Just in case we didn't realize what she represents. Ooh, Barbie Dreamhouse. Hasn't quite won that one over yet. Has won that one over. Oh, she wants to be won over. She's not quite ready to trust yet. What kid wants coffee ice cream?
Rita's ex-hubby, the crack addict, repeatedly raped her, knocked her around.
Well, that's dark.
She's been completely uninterested in sex. That works for me. You'll be asleep. Alright, then I'll stop and we'll all play cards. Texas Hold'em?
Ugh. You gotta love how she's bracing herself for the date.
Needless to say, I have some unusual habits. Yet all these socially acceptable people can't wait to kick out hammers and ruthlessly smash their food to bits.
Well, it's hard to get in there without that.
People are so hostile. But not her.
You gonna keep that glow on her all night? Is he just dragging her through the crowd to the nearest murder? I'll just stand here amidst the dancing crowd with a tiny bit of crab. That's just creepy. Yeah. Good question. Um,
He's certainly raising the bar. Damn, this guy is good.
dude, you're fangirling. He's like, no, I was just showing you. I was fangirling. What happened here?
Why can't I get that new set of body parts into my head?
Because you were horny for a body.
I need to get back to my work.
Just not that one.
Jaworski's website. Scream, bitch, scream. The mother of all rape sites.
I promise you, the mother of all rape sites is not named Scream Bitch Scream. In fact, neither of us would want to see that. Wherever it is in the dark web.
That's it. There's definitely more.
Because on your snuff film,
It's just a matter of time before he becomes a drunk with blood from a Class 5 collection.
you want to have your tattoos visible for easy ident.
I have to be careful. Follow the code of Harry.
The Code of Harry. It's like he's in a cult of one.
You come to me, you tell me, we deal with it together.
And he means it.
Whatever you do, I don't plan on his life. Listen, I find animals that's all pretty important. I can tell you the truth. Yes. Come here because I'm in trouble.
I'm just going to assume he means not cats and move on. How do you know anything happened? Full on nurture over nature, okay. Well, that's some incredible father son bonding there.
No detail can be overlooked.
I thought he went kind of quick from Chuck to Channel, but okay.
The ritual is intoxicating. Duct tape, rubber sheets, necessary tools of the trade.
He loves him some kill rooms. Yeah, that was a great date. Surely someone in forensics thought of that.
Sorry. That makes sense. Cold. So is the full blood.
Why the hell is that important?
It's just a
Fangirling.
Come on, I know show was water in the woods. They're making fun of me. Saying all the right things about the cases on my back.
You're just a vice cop. You're not actually a hooker.
That's please, you gotta.
refrigerated truck. What the fuck? He wants cold environment. Just slow the flow of blood. Clean, mobile, so we can dump the garbage afterwards.
Someone prefer a refrigerated truck.
Probably a stolen one. Ain't got a lot of stolen trucks out there.
Money avenue?
Stolen refrigerated trucks, though? Probably not so many. Yeah, you're better off.
I'm pretty sure I covered all my tracks. I know.
What is wrong with you?
I was just having a briefing. You got no call to be at SOFleet. Lieutenant, this fucking got nothing alone. I'm still waiting for his final report on the cocaine murders. Don't do that. It's okay. I'm upset.
Or, but they didn't think of the fact that the body was could be, cold or was frozen. No blood, no circulation.
I know.
What?
What's your face? I was just having a briefing. You got no call to be at SOFleet. Lieutenant, this fucking got nothing alone. I'm still waiting for his final report on the cocaine murders. Don't do that. It's okay. I'm upset about it.
You can sit. I'd like your input and we'll discuss your case in a minute. How about we get started?
Having a hunch is one thing, but openly, attacking and berating somebody that you don't have any proof on is kind of another. Okay.
Okay, settle down. Now, has anyone tracked down that witness? Oh, come on, people. Someone needs to find something here. Lieutenant Lombardo? Oh, Officer Morgan. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
Oh, come on.
I have an idea. Something in a different direction. An idea. Please share it with us.
Are there no other female cops in this room?
Self-exploitation. Excuse me? On the last victim, I'd like to check and see if any refrigerated trucks have been stolen in the last week or so. Refrigerated trucks like ice cream trucks? No. Not ice cream trucks. A refrigerated vehicle that could cause that kind of tissue damage. A refrigerated truck that is mobile, so he'll be harder to catch. Refrigerated truck that might give us a lead. That's very interesting. Very creative. Let's keep looking for the witness, okay? We know that he or she is after the forensic evidence. The interrupted cut proves that there was an eyewitness. But somebody out there saw something. So let's concentrate on finding that person, okay? But just keep talking to all your hookers.
Oh, come on.
Let's help you today.
I do not like the women versus women yow stereotype.
Say,
My female cats are my total girls.
said you had to let me in.
They've been to that.
Mainly because they're not trying to jump me all the time.
So say I've used my career, but I got a leader mate.
Damn
Indeed. He has no idea what just happened.
I think Sergeant Oaks is right. Okay. It's a bit of a push, but Sergeant, you should check it out.
Okay, maybe I can see it a little.
Jaworski's been coming here for weeks. Likes to steal all the copper plumbing. There's good money in that. No security guards. That's good.
Wow, that is fast acting stuff. And why is his face wrapped up? Oh, that's one way to go. For someone who's titchy about blood, he's really up to it. Up to his furry little ears.
I'm sorry about the other night. That's I really need to see. Can I here? It's been like I don't know. I'm really. What are you doing?
I'm just finishing up a little project, but I'll come by later. Okay, bye. All in all, it was a good night. One less amateur filmmaker polluting the internet.
But a million more will rise in its wake. Hell, multi porn hydra. Oh, you're kidding.
No way.
That's what I was thinking. And suddenly the streets of Miami are cleared of all traffic. And all the lights are flashing. As if the streets of Miami had been cleared of all traffic. To film. Um, are you kidding me? No, go after him. Well, I mean, pick up the head really quick and then go after him. It was a good time. There was nobody on the streets.
This will teach me to tailgate.
Let's go over this now.
I'm all yours.
So, all the ice tracks in Miami. Bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
Yep.
During business hours, but this time of night, a truck like that sticks out.
And you followed it.
That's right.
And you never saw the driver?
Just high beams and a flying head.
So then he must have already had the head with him in the front seat. It's weird. Why would he keep it there?
I don't know. See if you use a carpool lane.
Ah, cop humor again.
It just seems odd. Your sister has this ice truck theory, and then here you are to back it up.
She's good, Lieutenant. You should give her a chance.
You know, you should call me Marina. I'll tell you who's good if you are. Doug's picked up the killer in the cokehead murders. You were right. It was her boyfriend. Of course, Doug still hates you.
Of course.
More now.
Dexter. How'd you get to be so smart?
Not so sweet.
Dude.
Is it okay if I fill out the report tomorrow?
Sure thing. You tired?
Good Lord, just why don't you just jump on him? Good gosh.
Later.
Worse than a Randy Tom. Just take him right there in front of the cops in the middle of the crime scene.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fine. I was just. I'm sorry. There was another.
He has no clue. Absolutely no clue. Oh, that's so hard for her. And he's not even interested.
You're welcome.
He's like, oh God. She's like coming over this courageous barrier and obstacle in her life, and he just wants to run and flee. You gotta love that neither of them want this right now. Nope, do whatever you want. I'll just be here.
Cody, stop crying, sweetie.
He's like, saved by the bell. Let's put that away now. Poor things. So used. Wait, has he made it this far in life without ever? Oh, yeah. Crank up the dial. Someone's invaded your abode, your sanctuary. Oh, snap! Like the ones that you give to the other serial killers? Okay, break that fourth wall with that fangirl stare. And that was episode 1 of Dexter. So now that we finished watching it, let's talk about it. Yeah, okay. That was Dexter episode 1, season 1, the pilot episode. And let me tell you, I will go ahead and fess, I am a huge Dexter fan. And it's not just the Predator loves Predator stuff. It is because it is so well written, so well acted, and so well done. It is just a joy to watch. My humans and I binged it in as close to one fell swoop as we could, and it's just brilliant. You know, it follows the story of Dexter Morgan, who is a blood spatter analyst with the forensics unit at Miami Metro PD, but is also a serial killer who only kills other killers. And granted, by that description, it sounds like been done before, trope, cringe, whatever, but it's not, because it is so grounded in reality, and it's so interesting, and it's so much funnier than you would expect that it's just great. And one of the reasons is because it's very grounded in reality, because it's very much done well first in the novels by Jeff Lindsay. He created the original novel that started the whole series, Darkly Dreaming Dexter. It is pretty much the entire first season of the show verbatim. I mean, it gives them the characters, all of their nuances. Deborah with her foul mouth, Dexter with his inability to understand social cues, emotions, have emotions, those kinds of things. And the humor is there, and the reality is there because he does what they tell writers to do all the time, write what you know. He basically had the same job in Miami. The love of Miami is there. The love and understanding of the job is there. And he just put this one little twist on it that made it all work because, Dexter gets his victims, shall we say, from, cases that are ongoing and from cold case files. And, this is how he is able to kind of monitor and cover his tracks and look after anybody who might be after him kind of way. And it all just fits. It clicks. It works. Um, Dexter, the code that he got, the only killing the killed from, it's not trite because it makes sense. His foster father, him and his sister's foster father, Harry Morgan, was an ex-cop, and basically Harry discovered there's something wrong with my son. Something happened to him before he came to us that he doesn't remember, and but that scarred him, that messed him up. Dexter calls it his dark passenger, which is his need to kill. And his father discovers it, with the whole killing the animals and cutting them up thing. It was dogs in the story, so I'm just going to move past that. But anyway, he tries to channel it through hunting and talk to me about anything, son, and he really means it, because of what they're talking about. But when he realizes or believes he can't channel it away from eventually killing humans, he basically sets up this code, and it becomes this code that Dexter lived by, Harry's code. And it fits so well into the ritualistic nature of serial killing that it's just brilliant, kind of, because it makes Dexter have to research, stalk, prove that these people are killers. And, usually killers that have either gotten away with a crime on a technicality, or there wasn't enough evidence, or they're just untouchable in some other way. The people that would, drive Harry as a cop crazy. And so these are the people he basically felt that he could unleash Dexter on, but Dexter has to make 100% sure that they're killers before he sets up his fun-filled kill room and all his toys, and then kidnaps them and takes them there and makes them look at what they did, usually through pictures. It's a little more graphic in the first episode, I think, mainly because it's the first episode, but where he actually digs up the kids' bodies, which is pretty rough. But usually it's through pictures. And and then he gets his little trophy, his little drop of blood, and puts it in his little, wooden box, which the DVDs and the Blu-rays also come in, which is awesome. But yeah, and make sure he doesn't, get himself caught. So that's what the code is all about. So, we see in the first episode, he does this to this choir leader, pedo killer guy, and chops him up and throws him in the hefty bags in the ocean off his boat, the Slice of Life, which is a nice touch. And yeah, we, get to see Dexter at his darkest. We meet the dark Dexter first, him and his dark passenger, fully in control, fully cold, fully emotionless, fully, in his element. That's who he is at his core. And that's the thriller part. But then we see Dexter trying to navigate day-to-day life, and this is where he sucks big time. I mean, he knows fuck all about, like, social cues, emotions, feels he doesn't have any, isn't capable of having any. That's not quite true, but at this point it is. And he just doesn't get anything that's going around him, that's going on around him. And so he basically, he tries to be the nice guy, smiles a lot, brings in donuts, oh, don't look at me, I'm harmless. But there's the one, cop, Sergeant Dokes, his who's always, the always on his tail, the Sherlock to his Moriarty. He's like, I know there's something wrong with you, and I'll figure it out one of these days, kind of guy. And we get to meet all of the other people, the detectives in his life, and his sister, and his new girlfriend, and who is like innocence personified, and all the people that basically he's trying to keep this front up in front of. And you get to hear the inner narration. Now, usually a show would not work well with this much inner narration, but it's so funny. It is so hysterical hearing the thoughts that he has versus what comes out of his mouth, or the situation that he's in, or how he's misinterpreting whatever someone's saying to him. It's just, I mean, the fact that they can pull off this comedic feel within this dark thriller is, again, totally because of Jeff Lindsay, because it's all there in Darkly Dreaming Dexter. It is there in the book. I mean, the writers, do a good job to continue it, to adapt it to, future seasons, and the actors bring it alive. Michael C. Hall, I think Lindsay, I heard at first, didn't think he would be a good fit for the character because his character was so different in the previous show he was in. I think it was 6 Feet Under, Pushing Up the Daisies, something like that. And he was a very different character, but that's what was great about the actor. He came in, did Dexter, for a second. He's like, oh, that's Dexter. I mean, he could go from like unleashed serial killer to happy go lucky innocent in like just a slight change of his expression. It gave you the feeling that there was always a wolf in sheep's clothing, and the wolf was training to constantly get out. Like the Dark Passenger was like just coiled and ready. If anything blew wrong, it would pounce in a second, which gives this nice tension throughout the show. But again, it's, also comedic because the cover over that Dark Passenger is trying to navigate these waters with this very not deep level of understanding of how the world works on an emotional level, that it's just great. And Michael C. Hall is a great actor. Props off to him. He won a lot of awards for this role, but he also fought and overcame, cancer while he was doing, I think, season 4. Just a great actor and a great asset to the acting community, and just brought this role alive. I mean, he will always be Dexter Morgan. And the other actors are great. Deborah Morgan, his sister on the show, but it was his wife for a while in real life, gave it an extra chemistry. Rita, I love this actor. She actually played Darla, who was the very opposite of her character in the series Angel before this, which was, oddly enough, about a vampire who was cursed with a soul and then spent all of his time killing other vampires and evil things. So, what are you going to do? It is. I didn't say the concept was new. I just said it was done particularly well here. But, yeah, all you really need to know, you get, in the pilot, things are set up for, how Dexter's episodes are going to go. The season arching, like, serial killer and the guy on his tail are set up. Sergeant Dokes is always going to be looking for him to make a mistake. And, he has a lot to hide from other people. And this season, there's the ice truck killer, who doesn't leave any blood, who has knows that Dexter is a killer and has left little things for him and bigger things, clues for him, to let him know that he knows he's a killer too, and that he's kind of asking him to come out and play. And it's this interesting, fascinating dynamic. Season 1 is by far my favorite. I also like 4 and 5, but I love them all. So, again, really well done. If you like the pilot, if you watched it with me here, or watch it somewhere else, watch the whole season. If you didn't watch it with me here, definitely watch the pilot. If you like it, watch the whole season. If you like the first season, just watch the whole series. It's awesome. If you came here from Dexter New Blood, definitely go back and watch the series. It's just that good. I would also recommend reading the book series, and if you haven't checked out Dexter New Blood, check it out, because it does a fix for an ending that was kind of a little bit too vague for this series, and fans weren't thrilled with it. And so it kind of, saw what the X-Files did, come back and fix some stuff. So they came back and, fixed it with New Blood. I would give, if I had Bezos money, I would pay HBO enough to go back and do a Game of Thrones fix it. Just end it at season 6, and cut off the last 2 seasons and just do a limited series, fix it. And, because the whole thing was obviously a dream by Bran, that none of that ever happened in 7 and 8. And, but I don't have Bezos money, and Bezos wanted to go to the moon instead. So, whatever. But yeah, so, check it out. Love it. I give it 4.5 meows, claws, whatever. Ratings, blah, it's more important if you like something or not. And I like it. I love it. I love Dexter. So, thank you for joining me. Have a good night. Sleep well. Meow, meow.